Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about one thing. This one thing is going to help you not only to pass your test, but for you to become the driver you need to be to drive the car by yourself without any help from anyone. This one thing, you need to train yourself, train your mind so that you become the driver you need to drive by yourself without any help. And this one thing we're going to talk about in this video. Let's start the lesson. Okay, so this one thing. What is this one thing you need for you to become the driver you need to be so that you drive the car by yourself without any help? What is this one thing? First of all, what is the reason why you are having driving lessons? Why are you having driving lessons? Why are you taking driving lessons? Is it because for you to pass the test? Is that the reason why? That's not the reason, is it? The reason isn't for you to pass the test. The reason is for you to become a driver, an independent driver, so that you could drive the car by yourself. That's the reason why you are having these lessons. You are taking driving lessons. That's the reason why, isn't it? Passing is just in between where you need to prove it to someone that you can't drive the car by yourself. So the lesson you are having is not because you want to pass the test. It is because you want to drive the car by yourself without any help from anyone. That's the reason why you are taking lessons. Passing the test is just part of the journey. You are just proving to the examiner that you are showing him or her that you can drive without any help. But the main purpose is for you to become a driver. Now, for you to become a driver so that you could drive by yourself, remember, you are always having lessons or you are always driving with someone sitting next to you, because you're a learner and you can't drive the car without anyone sitting next to you. You have to have someone sitting next to you, whether it's a driving instructor or a family member or a friend who is a driver sitting next to you so that you could drive and learn to drive. So you've always been taking lessons, or you are always taking lessons while you have somebody sitting next to you. You've never driven by yourself. You've always had somebody sitting next to you. So now imagine how would it be the day when you drive the car by yourself without any help from anyone? How would it be? And that's what you're trying to achieve. And that is what the training you need. If there's one thing you need to do, you need to train your mind to become independent. It is the mind you need to accept that I can drive without any help. So the one thing that you need to do is to train your mind so that you cut the person who's sitting next to you so that you don't need any help from them. That is your aim. That is your goal. That is what you should be training your mind. Okay? Just driving, knowing somebody sitting next to you without preparing your mind, you'll never be ready to drive the car by yourself. Because the day you drive without any help from anyone, without somebody sitting next to you, is the day it's going to hit you hard. And for that day, you should be preparing your mind. So if I were you, as I'm learning to drive, I would try to prepare my mind and try to ask less questions, do the things that I need to do by myself, think myself, and do it myself, and cut the person off who's sitting next to me. So you need to move off. If you are learning and you need help on learning and passing the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course. The course gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. It has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read, and if you like it, you could always join the course. Think how you're going to move off. Think independently. Think in your mind, how do you need to move off? Don't think about the person sitting next to you. They are watching you to see if you could do it, and that's what you should be doing. You are sitting and you need to move off. What do? Put the clutch down, go to first gear, set the gas, look around, look at the blind spot, signal if needed. Blind spot again, handbrake off, clutch up to the biting, give a little gas, car starts to go, clutch fully up. So think of the process in your mind. You need to go next road on the left, mirror, mirror, signal left, check my position, check my speed, slow down to 10, go to second gear, look both ways. If it's safe, I go. If not, I stop. Is that junction open or closed? If it's closed, what am I going to do? If it's open, what am I going to do? Roundabout coming up, which lane do I need? Which way do I need to signal? Crossroad, do I understand crossroad? So think every situation that you're driving, think in your mind and become independent in that subject. And if there is a gap, obviously your instructor or the person sitting next to you, they will help you and fill that gap and remember that gap next time you do it right. Okay? And you keep on doing that. You might say to me, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. Trust me, unless you are thinking and you are actually consciously thinking to become independent, it's just going to take you longer to become a driver, become an independent driver. Because consciously, you have to think in your mind that I'm trying to become independent. I'm not going to rely on the person sitting next to me. That is my job. That is what I'm trying to achieve. That is my goal. That is what I want to do. Don't think of the test. Test is just part of the journey. Just imagine you just passed by luck. What's going to happen after that? You have to drive the car by yourself, right? What if you can't drive? What if you can't drive independently? You don't have the confidence. What's going to happen then? It's going to take you more longer, maybe take more lessons with somebody else sitting next to you, go around the block and drive until you become independent. It's the mental, it's your belief, it's your confidence knowing you could do it. And the only way you're going to do that is if you think every time you're driving to become independent. I mean, you could do the training. It doesn't have to be just all in the car. Every time you have a lesson, when you go to the lesson, you don't have to think of independent. You could do the independent training your mind. You could do it at home. So if I were you, I would sit on a chair in my house and I would just think of the subjects. So just imagine the subject that you're doing. So sit in a chair and like hold something, maybe a plate or something, as if that's your steering, okay? And think of a scenario. Think of roundabout coming up, and think that the examiner said or your instructor said, take the third exit on the right. You are sitting on a chair and you need to go third exit on the right on this roundabout coming up. So think, you're going, what are you going to do? Top and right mirror, signal right, position right lane, look on my right, because that's the way I need to give way. Is there anyone coming? If there's no one coming, 2 car distance from the line, go to second gear, maybe speed is 10, go to second gear, look on my right again. If I have the gap, I'm going to go into the right lane, keep signaling right. If the signal goes off, put it back on, keep going right, and then start counting. Number 1, number 2, as I'm passing 2, next one is my exit, which is the third. Top and left, signal left, blind spot, lane change, come off. Think when you're sitting on a chair. Then you will know what is the gap, where you are missing, where the problems are. You would know and you would fill the gap and you'd memorize. And then when you go to the lesson, it will be easier because you've already memorized the procedure, the way you should be doing things on your driving. You've already done the homework. So do your homework. You could do at home, any subject. I mean, in this case, I just gave you a scenario for roundabouts. You could sit on a chair, think of approaching a traffic light. Is it green? Is it red? What am I going to do? I'm approaching. How am I going to deal with that? How am I going to approach a green traffic light? How am I going to approach a red traffic light? I'm approaching end of the road. Is that open junction or is it closed junction? If it's open, what am I going to do? If it's closed, what am I going to do? What does that mean? What does that mean if it's a giveaway line, if it's a stop line? Remember, these kind of training will help you to become independent in your mind, knowing the subject, having the knowledge, being educated on subjects in your mind will help you become independent. The more you train your mind, the more knowledge you have, more better driver you're going to be, more better independent driver you're going to be on the road. Don't just go every week to your lesson and learn in the car and then when you go home, you're not doing anything. For you to become independent, for you to become a driver that you need to be, to drive by yourself, on the road by yourself, you need to train yourself. Instructor, they're just going to give you the knowledge, the limited knowledge that you're going to get in that 1 hour or 2 hour, the lesson that you have. Then it is your role, it is your responsibility to take the knowledge, train your mind, be educated by training yourself at home in the car. That way, not only you're going to pass, you're going to become the driver you need to be to drive by yourself. Remember, like I said, the day you pass your test, after that, the day you drive the car by yourself without any help from anyone, it's going to hit you hard. Why? Because now is the day, because this is the day when you drive without any help from someone. Because like I said, you've always been driving with someone sitting next to you. All of a sudden, you need to drive by yourself now. And that's why you need to train for. That's the one thing, if I were you, I would train, is to be independent in your mind. If you need extra help on learn to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs for you to learn and for you to pass the driving test. The course has everything a learner needs for you to learn to drive and for you to pass the test. It has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Thank you for watching. I hope the video helps. If it does, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.